We have a generation of young actors who have quite different life experiences.
No amount of imagination could have actually gotten me there because I've never, experienced anything like this. You can be in urgency, in fear, while you're not afraid in your mind.
PEM offers is that we don't work off the experience of emotions, we work on the mechanics of the body of emotions.
Welcome back to Flavor part of dailyovation.com. I'm Joe Winger. Today we're continuing our conversation, part of the series, with Stephan Perdekamp and Sarah Victoria from the Perdekamp Emotional Method, PEM.
We have a generation of young actors who have quite different life experiences than many generations before through technology, through modern life. So we haven't had war at home for decades. We didn't have famine at home for decades. We didn't have civil war. And what we hear a lot from acting trainers at universities is that they feel generationally that it's very hard to transfer their ideas of their experiences to the next generation because those experiences haven't been made. And what PEM offers is that we don't work off the experience of emotions, we work on the mechanics of the body of emotions. So you can actually find movements in you that you have not made yourself. So we have in classes, we had a class in Romania, young actress, and we did some basic aggression exercises. And after, there's a certain exercise we call S exercise. So, you stretch your body into like a pose. And she turned to me with this big eyes and says, "What is that?" And I said, "Well, that's aggression." I said, "Oh, I never felt that, and that's so satisfying because now she has equipment, right? Now she has something more to offer people, to offer the audience, offer in auditions to have a bigger chance at being seen, and earning money."
Yeah, and also in, for example, I work at some American drama universities, and we went with a group of students who went to the baseball field and did the so-called fear runs that we do in PEM. And it's basically building up a huge amount of fear that you then run off, and you run really with that urgency that is fear, right? You need to save your life. And so the group came back, having ran off that fear, and they were like, what was happening, right? And really saying like, no amount of imagination could have actually gotten me there because I've never, experienced anything like this, right? And so what's so fascinating is, but also at the same time, why the mind struggles sometimes, you can be in urgency, in fear, while you're not afraid in your mind, right? And so that's very, it's very contradictory for the brain, but that's exactly, what you also see in babies, right? When they are emotional, right? And it's before their own psyche is already developed and their own, sense of themselves. So yeah, it's really possible.